Forward School is brought to you by BASF and Pride Seeds.
I'm Lyndsey Smith with RealAgriculture.com. I'm joined today by Greg Stewart, corn specialist with OMAFRA, and we are talking strip tillage with a twist.
Strip tillage with a twist. So we have done lots of strip tillage in the past where it was sort of fall oriented, and we decided in this research project that's being sort of spearheaded with Innovative Farmers Association and Grain Farmers of Ontario, we decided that we would focus on spring strip till. So we have a Dawn pluribus unit which hasn't got a shank, it's just coulter based, and maybe lends itself to doing a pass of strip tillage in the spring as opposed to a shank type machine which would be more oriented towards doing strip tillage in the fall. The other twist that we put onto it was, let's try to put all of our NPK down into that zone while we strip till it in the spring. Hence, you could come back with the planter and essentially plant right onto that strip, and you'd have combined some operations into one. That is, your strip tillage would have been doing all of your tillage, and it also would have been applying all your fertilizer. So that's what we're testing. The final twist in this project would be the idea of using GPS, RTK, auto steer technology to actually do strip tillage on the contour. So the tractor doesn't always have to drive A, B straight line. The tractor can also drive on the contour if you set a contour line. And then we've got some equipment here on this strip tiller that adjusts if it starts to slide down the hill a little bit. It'll straighten those strips out so that you could strip till and even on the contour have every strip parallel to the one beside it.
Okay, so show us what you got there. What is that called? How does that work?
All right, so this unit is called a Pro Tracker. It sort of replaces the normal drawbar and gives you a drawbar that can adjust 13 inches either side of the center of the tractor. So if you imagine yourself, you're on a path doing strip till, but you're on the contour and the strip tiller unit tends to slide down the hill a little bit. Well, the tractor's driving straight. It's doing its thing. But if you want to adjust the strip tiller so it stays absolutely on the contour, you can make this drawbar slide up the hill. Now it has to have another GPS receiver on the strip tiller in order to tell the drawbar to adjust. So it's sort of a combination of the tractor on GPS on the contour and then some fine tuning with the drawbar being adjusted as well, so you could essentially strip till on the contour.
Right, so now, and what's the advantage of that?
So we like strip tillage from a conservation perspective. We think, that we can keep the soil in place much better with a strip tillage operation than we can with conventional tillage. More residue cover, less disturbance of the soil, more of a soil conservation practice. The one downside of strip tillage has been that if you strip till up and down the hills, right, there is a tendency on heavy rains for those strips to carry water and perhaps get washed out. But if you could put those strips on the contour, then you would eliminate that sort of up and down the hill erosion risk. So that's why we decided in this project that we would try to pull all those sort of things together, spring strip till, right, fertilizer in the strip, and do it on the contour as sort of a neat package.
Right, and then in the spring, all farmers got to do is get this done, and then when the planter rolls, it's just planting. Yeah,
so in many soil types, you would do this spring strip till operation, and then within 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe 12, you'd be in there with your planter and planting on top of those strips.
All right, and so this is the first year. We'll see at least one more year, and we'll see what we can learn. Yeah, so it's a 2-year project. For this particular project, we finished off year 1. Well, we're going to harvest here eventually, but and then we'll have another year next year. All right, thanks so much, Greg. Absolutely, my pleasure.